All right, what's happening, fam? L.A.R movement still moving. Book entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father. Amazon Kindle Create Space. The early midlife crisis. College years. I'm going from part one. I'm going from 18 to 22 at this particular point. I think I'm gonna go from like 18 to 35 when it's completely done. So I'm gonna do three parts. So you turn 18, you graduate high school. This is just synopsis. Some people drop out or whatever, and a few things happen. So you got people that go to college, you got people that go to the military, you got people that go to trade school, you got people who stay home. They all, and you got people who go to work. Excuse me. They all take their paths, and everybody has pretty much the similar thing where now they're a little or big fish in an ocean. You're not in a small pond no more. You starting over again. And this time, everybody's playing for keeps. It's just you happen to be around people your age, but you know that everybody's playing for keeps. But you still a teenager, so you still childish. You ain't. It's not for most. It's not as serious as it should be. So you got the people who go to college and they caught up in their freedom. Yay! Then you got the people that go to college and they act like them kindergartners. Mama don't leave me, don't go, don't go. Same thing with the military. Same thing when people have to work in these jobs and now they have to have apartments and all that other stuff. Trade school, you're dealing with people interacting, and now you dealing with society in a way that society is gonna treat you like everybody else. You ain't mama's little baby. You ain't special. You just another motherfucker. You gonna have to make a name for yourself. Nobody cares about who you are, where you come from. As a matter of fact, you might be treated worse because of who you are or where you come from. And I don't care if you uh, have a high status or very low status. It's a lot of times older generations time to shit on the young folks to let them know what life is all about. Break their spirit. So you got people who gonna put on that freshman 15. They get to college, they just eat every fucking thing. Then you got those people who like, look, I'm here on a mission. I got something I want to do. I got ambitions. I got dreams. I'm gonna handle this. They handle their business. And you got everything in between. This is why it's a crisis, because what you're starting to see is the competition. You're starting to see the differences between functional families and dysfunctional families. You're starting to see the difference between upper class, middle class, and lower class. When people drive up to the school or the military base, you see their cars, you see, how they living. You go home and you visit people, or you visit your roommate's family. And some of y'all like to bring people home because it's to have fun, and then some of y'all are ashamed to go home because you don't want to bring your friends to the shitty place you call home, right? Then this is where your moral compass kicks in. See, people, your moral compass is in. They say a lot about early childhood development, but see, from 18 up, this is when you put all that shit in a practical application. This is when you is fight or flight, sink or swim. This is when, you know, we're gonna see how you try to fix your problems or how you handle your problems. You know, this is when people in college have issues because they get up. They got the ones that get up early, that's on a mission, that's handling business. They start out like a monster, and other people are like, oh, I'm gonna catch up. Got people bullshitting, and then some people get kicked out. Same thing in the military. Unfortunately, they got people that military is a little bit more hard headed because what if you're in those shooting drills and you really think it's not about you? Because I think the first time they shoot blanks, the second time them shit's live. You know about the people who got shot in training because they thought I'm special and I'm freaking out and stop everything for me. Pop, blow that motherfucker. Well, send them home in a box. Send that little letter and had a dude come to the door. This is the first time you deal with, not necessarily the first time, but this is when you start dealing with death and it starts hitting you. It may not be you because you're so young, but it starts hitting you. You know, you go home, people are getting killed. People are dying just old age. The people that taught you lessons that you miss, oh, I can't wait to go see them. When you go back, they ain't there no more. You know, you start realizing, oh shit, with every passing day, I'm a day, I'm a day, I'm one more day groaner. Because I ain't no kid no more. The consequences are different. You know, the pressure of it ain't your parents no more. It ain't their responsibility. It's yours. You know, when you sat as a teenager and you sat in your room in the mirror in the shower in your bed and you dreamed about everything you wanted to be. Now but nobody's coming to you to make it happen. Now you got to make it happen. And you trying to figure out what big steps can I take, but it's a bunch of small steps. And those small steps in that youth of has you believing that you're entitled because you still technically a kid because you still want your parents to do it for you. You know, you're not used to cooking for yourself. You're used to your parents doing that. You're not used to getting up, on your own time. Sometimes you're used to your parents waking you up if you are late. You're not used to having to scrounge and save because college years, those 18, 20, yes, it's broke. You're grown and you're broke. You know, that's the beginning part of it. Even the people that are working, they thought, oh, I'm gonna make this job. I'm making, $8 an hour, and this and taxes kick in. You're like, God damn, what is this? What? Wait, I thought I was just gonna have straight cash. Your bills kicking in. Wait, what? What? The lights cost this much? What the fuck? Car note. I want one of them brand new shits that I seen on TV. How much? I can't afford that. What can you get? Hoopty. What you can get? Hoopty. Oh, good old trusty Hoopty. Insurance? God damn. See, you start this crisis like, wait a minute, this adult shit is harder than I thought. I thought my parents had it fucked up, and they just didn't. I just thought I was better than them. I thought I knew what I was doing, and they just didn't. These decisions. And then you see some people on the fast track to the life you want at that young age. You're like, what the fuck are they doing that I'm not doing? And then you see people on the fast track to prison. You're like, I'm glad I ain't doing what the fuck they doing. This is the age where a lot of drug dealers start. See, this is where people entrepreneurial spirit kicks in. Not just with drug dealers, young kids who want to be business owners. This is when they start trying to get their hustler mentality, and their ambition has them wanting things, and that's why. And also the drug dealer mentality kicks in because you want to get it easy. See, entrepreneurs get it the hard way. The drug dealer mentality get it the easy way. And everybody's going off on these different directions, and you're seeing all your friends and family and people in your age groups on completely different paths, and nobody actually knows which one of them will be monetarily successful. You don't know what's gonna work for somebody. Somebody might write a cookbook and be a millionaire. You're like, how the fuck that happened? I'm gonna write a cookbook then. Shit, I cook better than this. Some people, I'm gonna go to school, I'm gonna get an education, I'm gonna get a good job, and they make a detour. I'm gonna take a little extra time, and then they'll make another detour, and they take an extra time, and you're like, yo, you wasting time. But everybody has the same mantra. I'm young. And then you're looking at TV and you want to go out and party. And this is where a lot of these young alcoholics start from, these young drug addicts start from. Because for one, they free and they grown. And this is a lot of these uh, young, these babies come popping up, some of them in this early stage, because now you free to fuck, but you just want to go raw. You just want to be unprotected. Ain't nothing gonna happen to you. This is where the STDs start, because you brand new to the game. You think you're invincible. This is where these young cats get popped off early, because their moral compass has twisted them, thinking that they could do anything and there's no consequences, like their kids, like they could just call mama, somebody call the police. No, motherfuckers ain't playing no more. You know, this is the crisis that people are putting are in, is finding themselves at the same time, because you knew who you were in the comforts of your family and your home and your comforts. Now you out in the world. Now who are you under pressure? Now who are you when the responsibility to produce is on you? And some people have more pressure than others. Some people are young and free because they have well-to-do families that keep paying for their fuck-ups. And this is where you get these Ivy League students, or these military brats, or these trade school people who's the nepotism and the classism always saves their ass, and they wind up being crippled and fucked in life. But some of them get a pass because of nepotism and connections and networks, and they become real fucked up adults. But we'll get to that on another one. And then you got the people who have the pressure of, they got to do it for the whole family. Everybody's hopes and dreams is on their back to be a success. You know, if you got to do it for your city, because the people that you knew, all the talented people that you knew, you start to wonder how they failed, and then you start to see why, because you see it all around you, all the pressures that's going around, and all the situations and circumstances, and all the small things. Oh, we just going to a party and a motherfucker get shot. Oh, it's just a little weed, and a motherfucker get kicked out of school. Oh, you know what I'm saying? It's all right, man. Be a player. Fuck these chicks. Then she wound up pregnant, and now you got to go to work. You know. Oh, I knock people out. I don't play that shit. Then you get into a fight, and it costs you more than you thought. You just ain't gonna go home and walk away from it. So now you dealing with, okay, I can't call nobody to save me. I'm my own savior. I'm my best friend and my worst enemy. Now you meeting the real true friends of your life. You know, the people that you meet in that high school age, they're gonna be cool. But the people you meet around that college age, y'all got something in common. Y'all working to be adults early on. See, this is where all y'all in this together, sink or swim. You watching each other. You learning from other people's successes, people's failures. You learning from their work ethic. You learning from their approaches. You learning from the way they've been taught to interact with the world. You're learning the things that they learned from their parents to do and not to do, and they're learning from you. So you got a tighter bond. And you're dealing with creating a new life and still being confined and clinging to your old life. And you cleaving to that. So what are you doing? You're in influx. Because once you graduate, because you didn't look at everything specifically, once you get out of, say, 22, 23, 21, 22, 23, 24, that college age part is over. At least the bachelor's degree part. And you've seen people succeed, become millionaires. You've seen people become dropouts and homeless. You've seen people in the military go up in rank. You've seen people wash out. You've seen people work and start businesses, and you've seen people stay home and be nothing. You've seen people make good decisions and have great results. You've seen people make bad decisions and somehow have good results. You've seen people make great decisions and have bad results. You've seen people make, you know, bad decisions and have horrible consequences. So it's all a mixed bag, and you're trying to figure this out. Like, this ain't nothing like I thought. And you're looking for guidance. But at the same time, some people don't have the people to guide them. And some people do, and they just don't listen. And some people are caught. Now they understand why the people that they used to know were hard on them, and they didn't like those people. But now you see those people were preparing you for life, and then you see the people that wanted to just have fun all the time. They were preparing you for failure. You start to see the duality and the realness and fakeness of people, because you start to see how it affects your life and your future. That's part one. We out.